Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Phil. It is the Friday Five, and I thank you for being with me here today as we unpack God's Word on 5 Minutes with Phil. We kind of get your day going, but not your day. Hey, we are looking at a weekend, and not just any weekend. It's a holiday weekend, and so it's a long weekend. And so how cool is that? And I think it's good to try to kick off this long weekend by seeing what God's Word has to say to all of us here today. And today's no exception. We're in the Gospel of John today. We're in John chapter 6, and I want to kind of set the stage for you here, okay? So here's what's gone on so far. We're going to pick things up in verse 32, okay? So what's taken place so far is that Jesus has just performed what some would call one of his greatest miracles. And that's where he fed 5,000 plus people with 5 loaves and 2 fish. So 5 loaves of bread, 2 fish, and he is able to multiply that enough to feed 5,000 people. This is the only miracle that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all 4 of them, record. And there's some discussion going on after this miracle, and Jesus kind of changes their perspective a little bit with the people that he's talking directly to. And I want to bring you to that point right here in verse 32. Check it out. It says, Jesus said, I tell you the truth, Moses didn't give you bread from heaven. My Father did. And now he offers you the true bread from heaven. The true bread of God is the one who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. Sir, they said, give us that bread every day. And Jesus replied, I'm the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry again. Whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. Now, here's the interesting thing, okay? The people whom Jesus was speaking to, what they wanted, they wanted free bread. They wanted Jesus to keep on performing this trick. They in their minds, this miracle. They wanted to get all this free bread that they got on that day that they saw Jesus do. And they said, yeah, give us that. And Jesus kind of turns things around on them as he always did. And he said, okay, this bread I'm talking about, I'm the bread of life. So I'm not here to offer you physical bread. Everything you really need, Jesus is saying it's in me. It comes from me. What's the lesson here? I think a lot of times we try to fill our lives with so many things, and we're trying to be satisfied. And they could be very good things. There's nothing sinful about bread, right? So we could desire things tremendously, but nothing will satisfy us, because at the end Jesus says, whoever comes to me will never be hungry and will never be thirsty again. In other words, Jesus is saying, look, all these longings that you have, Jesus is talking on a spiritual level. The people whom he's talking to is trying to approach Jesus merely from a materialistic level. And Jesus is taking them deeper, and he says, look, all this that you're looking for, and for you, your bread, that actually might be security, it might be fulfillment, it might be affection, it might be companionship, it could be so many things, fulfillment. Jesus says, look, I'm the source of all of that for you. And so you cannot find your answer to all those things outside of me. I could put things in your path, but it's got to come from me. And so what's my word to you today? Don't look anywhere past Jesus to find fulfillment and satisfaction in your life. Because really the only one that can fill that void that exists in your life is Jesus Christ. Allow him to fill that void. Allow him to be the bread of life for you in whatever you do, whatever's going on in your life. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. We love you. And Lord willing, we'll see you again soon, okay? You take care. Bye-bye.